Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more petty revenges. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. When I was in high school, I had a friend who was incredibly manipulative and attention seeking, especially when it came to boys. If she found out that someone had a crush on me or anyone else in our friend group, she would swoop in and flirt to take the attention. This went double if I liked the guy back. I even have a vivid memory of her straddling my boyfriend in a school stairwell while the three of us were hanging out. Poor guy was so uncomfortable and was the only one who didn't fall for her wiles. He and I are still besties 15 years later. Going into university, I started going out with a new group of friends who were really into clubbing, get a bunch of students drunk and dancing together, and of course moves will be made. I had no interest in the chads that came sniffing around, so when they would ask for my number after multiple polite rejections, I thought to myself, you know who would love this? That girl from high school. So from then on, whenever I got some pushy guy who just wouldn't take no for an answer, I told them my name was her name and then gave them her number. She always wanted the attention that I received. It just made sense to help her out. Oh, so she's just gonna be getting a bunch of random annoying calls from men? But honestly, she might like that. She might be like, oh my god, I'm finally getting the attention that I deserve. But who are these guys? How did I get my number? Whatever, I'm hot. My freshman year, I had the most inconsiderate roommate who'd stay up all night talking loudly, eating my food, etc. Oddly, my washcloths that I used to wash my face would go missing. Like, I think I lost 3 or 4 throughout the semester. I thought someone was taking them, but I had no idea where to. Well, at the end of the semester, we were clearing out the bathroom cabinets to move out. And what did I find shoved in the far back corners of the cabinet? My washcloths, which were covered in orange foundation. Clearly evidence from my one rude roommate because she wore so much foundation every single day. I was super annoyed because I had to keep buying more washcloths to replace the ones she stole. Well, I decided to use one of my other washcloths and clean the disgusting bathtub with it. I'm talking ring of shampoo, dirt, hair everywhere, etc. I was planning to just throw it away afterwards, but I decided to hang up and let it dry. In the same place I would hang my washcloths for my face. The next day, the washcloth I had used for the bathtub was covered in orange foundation. The look on her face when I told her. No regrets. Oh, that's good. But honestly, how annoying to have someone always steal your stuff. Like, why would you even use someone else's washcloth? Like, that's nasty. Why would you steal that out of everything? You know, I'm not saying it's good to steal, but like, why would you steal that? Like, you never know what someone uses their washcloth for. What if they use it to clean their butt? Honestly, if my roommate kept using my washcloth or whatever, I would just be like, oh, you're using that washcloth that I used to wipe my butt with. This happened way back. My daughter is 30 now. When I was 18 and in my first year of college, I got pregnant. The father joined the Navy to escape responsibility. My parents, who are strict conservatives except when it's inconvenient, abandoned me and cut me off financially. They wanted me to have an abortion to prevent the loss of my scholarship. That's how I found myself at 18 suddenly and totally responsible for myself and my living situation with no financial or emotional support from anyone. I lived at a private dorm and was befriended by the property manager, Donna. When I told her my situation, she swooped in like a hero and helped me get a place to stay at one of the other properties she managed. I was getting evicted from the dorm. She then helped me get a job at a gift shop at one of those properties. I thought she was the most wonderful person for all of this until her true motives became clear. She wanted to adopt my baby, even though I had expressed no interest in giving my baby up for adoption. After a few weeks of work, she launched a campaign to convince me I was unfit to be a mother and that my baby would be so much better off if I let Donna have it. At first it was subtle, passive-aggressive remarks about how much money she and her husband had, how she couldn't have children herself, how she hoped she was able to adopt one day, and what a wonderful life they would give their baby. But as time passed, her approach became more aggressive and direct. She was always around the shop and would even come to my apartment, ready to point out things I did or didn't do that proved what a terrible mother I would be. She went into long rants about how awful I was for having a baby without a father, how we'd be welfare trash forever, how God brought her into my life because she was meant to have my baby. It was endless and constant for months. Sometimes I let her comments upset me and makes me wonder if she was right. But in my heart, I knew that I'd be a good mother. Dude, Donna sounds crazy as. Donna sounds dangerous, man. Like, why would you keep pushing to try to adopt someone's baby? And they've been telling you that they don't need anyone to adopt their kid. Dude, Donna sounds scary as. The fact that she was acting all nice just so she could adopt someone's baby. What the heck? For a while, and feeling intimidated, I let myself be bullied into including her in baby-related events. I even let her go with me to the sonogram where I found out my baby was a girl. She was so excited for me. As I got closer to delivering, I got stronger in making clear to Donna that I was not giving up my baby. I tried to avoid Donna as much as I could, but was regularly reminded how much power she had over my living situation. I soon had coworkers telling me she was claiming that my baby's adoption was a done deal. She even told people she was decorating a nursery and buying baby girl clothes. Yo, Donna is creepy, man. I wouldn't even be surprised if after they gave birth and the baby went missing. We know who it is. It's so crazy that Donna is just acting as if this is not a big deal. Like someone giving up the baby. She's acting as if, like, you know, like a baby is like a puppy or something. When it became clear that she was not going to change my mind, she started threatening me with eviction from my apartment and firing me from my job. That way, I'd realize how unstable my situation was and recognize I had no business having a baby. And sure enough, I lost my job. She fired me for not wearing my shoes behind the cashier's counter at the gift shop. When I was on my feet all day, my feet would swell right out of my shoes. I'd stay behind a counter and slip off my shoes for a bit, but never in view of the customers. Still, that reason was enough, in Donna's mind, to teach me a lesson. It didn't take long after losing my job to also lose my apartment. I ended up couch surfing and even spent some time homeless until I got some housing assistance. Jeez, Donna is freaking psycho. So she got close to this person just for the intention of trying to take the baby. I do not want to be near Donna, man. In the meantime, I had gone to EEOC and complained, and they helped me mediate with the owners of the gift shop property. As a result, Donna got fired from managing that property, and I got months of back pay and some extra money for my trouble, in exchange for not full out suing them. This small cash windfall turned out to be a huge blessing that actually enabled me to survive financially until I had my baby and could get back in school. Donna firing me was the best thing that could have ever happened. I saw her years later and she was still childless. Best revenge, my daughter is now getting ready to graduate. Full scholarship from a top law school. Turns out being raised by a single mom is not as awful as Donna thought. Good. I'm so glad that everything worked out for them in the end. And Donna is still childless, as she should be, because she does not sound healthy enough mentally to look after a kid. Just because you have the money to doesn't mean you should if you're crazy, man. Holy. Oh my gosh. Donna. Scary. So I did data analysis for financial firms. I'm based in Europe, but I get a new line manager from America. Now, I get on really well with my American colleagues, but this guy is an ass. Not sure how he got promoted to his position, as he knew nothing about the industry. I frequently had to present to the board, and he'd always go through my slides beforehand and ask me about them. He'd then ask purposefully challenging questions about things he'd only just learnt from me 5 minutes before the meeting. Once I realized what he was doing, I started being more careful about how much I shared. One time, I managed to plant questions that made him look stupid in front of the board. Following this, he started making me present to him beforehand, and then would take my presentation and deliver it himself to take the credit. This really pissed me off, so I took my petty revenge. For the next meeting, I included a few slides in the PowerPoint that were not connected to the presentation. I was able to quickly skip through these when I was going through it with him, so he didn't pick them up. However, once he got in the meeting, the fun began. The board were very surprised to see a picture of a baby kangaroo in the middle of the projected third quarter earnings. He got flustered and blundered through the next few slides. He was just getting back on track, but then the regional analysis appeared on the bare chest of Tom Brady. The board were getting visibly annoyed at this point, and they thought he was joking around. It all settled down until the final slide. It was the standard any questions, only the faded picture in the background just happened to be a bikini picture of the CEO's daughter, taken from her Instagram. How did that get there? Ass quickly made his apologies and left. He came gunning for me, so I had to play ignorant. I don't know how that happened. It was all fine when we went through it before. Must be a hacker. Luckily, Sergeant Ass bought this excuse as he knows nothing about anything. The board, however, weren't so forgiving and immediately transferred him to a more junior position. 6 months later, I got promoted the role he had vacated. Good. Oh my god. The fact that he just keeps on taking this person's work and then taking the credit for it, and I love that he can't even be like, well, it's not my work, I was the one who did it. Oh wait, It's crazy how some people would treat someone so bad when they literally need that person. to function. So I'm a bridal stylist. I help people find their wedding gown. I love my job, and 99% of the time it's a happy, wonderful job with great coworkers and customers. And then there's the 1%. I had a bride today who was very sweet, but just didn't connect with the gowns we had. That's okay, it happens sometimes. She was fine, but her mum, and somehow it's always the mum or the aunt, was decidedly not happy and decided to talk bad about me in Spanish the whole time. Does this woman know what she's doing? She's pulling nothing but ugly gowns. Said gowns were selected by the bride. I hope you don't ever get as fat as her. And so on, lovely. But I am whiter than a jar of mayo, and I don't necessarily look like I speak Spanish. However, my parents are from a Spanish-speaking country, even though they're not ethnically Hispanic. I knew a lot more as a kid, but I still know enough to get around. So I waited until the end, and as they were leaving, I said, I hope you have a great day. Please feel free to come back anytime you'd like. We have lots more gowns you can go through if you like in Spanish. To the bride and her mum, and oh man, you know how good it feels when you're in pain and the doctor finally gives you something that works and you're suddenly not feeling any pain anymore? Or when you're craving the hell out of a specific flavor of ice cream and you manage to find it? Yeah, seeing that look on the bride's mum's face when she realized I heard and understood the entire hour of her ripping me to shreds was so much better. Dude, I just never understand these kind of people. Like, talking bad about someone in their face in another language because you think they can't understand you. Like, seriously? Grow up. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.